Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a quick first look at the Lynx 12. So this is a Chinese-made new production import, imported by SDS. This is a clone of the Saiga 12, so it is a 12 gauge AK, and this one came from a certain Kentucky gun company for 1.5 tax stamps, so figure that one out. Obviously we can't get any more brand new SKSs directly from China, and we haven't been able to since the 90s. However, shotguns are still kind of actually available, so that's where this one came from. Let's start out on the front end here. It is threaded. I don't remember the measurements, but it's the same as the other Saiga and Saiga clones. 18-inch barrel. It's got the same finish on the whole gun, and it's halfway between parkerization and like bed liner, but it's kind of appropriate for this whole thing. We got an adjustable gas block, which we'll get into. I've got number 8, 12 gauge, low brass, whatever, Walmart. All right, let's bump the gas down. More of the same stuff. Guess we'll step it down and see when it stops working. All right, so this is gas setting number 2. Go ahead. Stovepipe, what do you see? All right, so that may be the limit of reliability for birdshot. All right, so this is on the most restrictive of the factory gas settings. No, it does not. All right, so the most restrictive gas setting does not run cheap birdshot. Fairly short sight radius. Just a V-notch in the back and a bead up front, but worked fine. Handguard that only is on the bottom. It is not across the actual top of the gas tube. A shockingly small sling swivel. Unless you're using paracord or some other type of wire or hook attachment, the only thing that really fit it was the Chicom SKS sling, but it actually fit it really well, so that's what I've put on there, and that's what I'm going to leave on there. Moving back, we've got the magazine that it came with. It only came with one magazine. It's a 5-round mag. It should ostensibly take any Saiga 12 pattern magazine. However, I don't really have any options to test right now for that, but I'm going to be doing a follow-up on that in the future. Mag release is functional, perfectly functional, but a little small. Carrier is definitely cast. I haven't had any issues with it, but I don't have too many rounds through this, and we will continue to see how that goes. But for now, that's what it is. Moving back to safety here, actually has an additional lead so you can actually reach without breaking your firing grip, which I really appreciate. I should say that the sling and the pistol grip and the buttstock here were things I added on there. It originally had just a polymer pistol grip, but I changed that out with this, I think Romanian Bakelite. It uses a standard AKM style setup, so you could put pretty much any AKM style pistol grip on here. The trigger is definitely an AK trigger, so let's see here. We've got AK, mush, AK, let off, audible, AK trigger. It's an AK trigger. All right, the buttstock here is just bone standard polymer. It was a little short for me. That's most of the reason I put this on there. I'm like 6 foot, and it was too short. This was just too short for me. It's very bunched up. So I had this laying around, and it adds a good extra inch, and it fit on nicely. So that's what's living on there right now. Lastly, it does have a optics rail on this side. I believe it's just a standard AKM style optics rail. I don't currently have a mount for that. I think a red dot would look good on here. However, part of me wants to put just like the biggest scope I can find just for the meme. So we'll see about that. It's been a lot of fun, you know, just blasting away, mag dumping into trash. I wouldn't push this into much more serious application than beyond a range toy, personally. And one of the reasons is the way you have to reload is a little weird. It's really difficult, if not almost impossible, to get a fully loaded magazine to seat on a closed bolt. Because of that, you kind of have to do a dance in order to get the bolt to lock open. But there's like a really small lever, and what you have to do is to hold the bolt rearward and then engage this lever and then let it forward and it'll hold on to it. I think that's probably the weakest point in this whole thing for me, as far as especially manual of arms. Like that's still just weird and kind of annoying. Anyway, that's a quick and dirty overview of the SDS Lynx and everything it's got going on. It's been a lot of fun just blasting away at stuff with this thing. Stovepipe. That's this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. This quick first look at the Lynx 12. I have more random whatever I'm getting into videos on my channel, so if you want to check that out, it'd be much appreciated, and I will see you in the next one.